What's going on, everybody? Proven Gaming here, back at it with another GTA Online video. So guys, today we have it. We have my ultimate guide on the Cayo Perico Heist, 100% solo. We're going to be going through every single mission that you need to do. We're going to be going through the gather intel all the way through to Heist Finale. And I'm going to be explaining everything that you need to do to get and pass the Cayo Perico Heist with succession. Okay, so guys, I'm going to warn you, it's going to be quite a long video, a lot longer than my usual ones. So sit back, relax. If it is your first time here, then consider subscribing to see more like this. And if you do enjoy this one, then please do give it a thumbs up. It would help me out a hell of a lot. So without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So the first thing you're going to need to do then to actually launch a Cayo Perico Heist is to launch a gather intel mission. Now you can just do this from the planning screen in your submarine. So click on gather intel, you'll have to fly out. I recommend using your sparrow. If you don't have a sparrow, that's absolutely fine. It's going to take you quite a bit longer to do the setups, that's all. But if you can buy a sparrow, guys, then I do highly recommend that you do so. So fly out, you'll have to steal this plane here. Two ways you can do this. You can just fire missiles at all the guards that are down below, take them out and then jump out. I did actually mess up on this one, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't quite high enough, so ended up actually committing suicide. I was going to cut that out, but I thought, you know what, I'll just leave it in there for your entertainment's sake. So you can actually fire one missile at the plane. It shouldn't damage it too much. However, if you do fire multiple missiles at the plane, then it will start smoking as soon as you take off, which you don't really want to do, because you'll have to then go all the way back to your submarine and restart the mission. So once you've done that, take all the guards out that you need to, and then go and fly off to the Cayo Perico Island. So all you got to do is just fly towards the yellow marker on your map. Was actually quite lucky here, we're sort of in the middle, whereas sometimes you do have to fly right up from the Palito Bay. There isn't, unfortunately, anything you can do at this point to speed this process up. So just enjoy the flight, guys, and you will reach there soon. So once you've done that, you'll have this little cutscene to watch. It's just a cutscene of you actually landing on the island of Cayo Perico, and then you will be greeted by this very charming fella. It's basically just saying you're always late, you know. He just basically treats you like scum, to be honest with you, and then just gives you a little search, and then that's it. So when you are in the airstrip, you will be absolutely fine. The guard, if you walk past the guards, they cannot catch you. But if you go beyond the airstrip, then you do have to be careful. So once you've actually launched into the Cayo Perico Island, you want to go into this hangar here. Basically, the main target that you want to focus on in here, this is the secondary loot, is you want to be targeting coke, really. So, I mean, you don't get coke every single time in here. You will probably sometimes spawn cash, which is not worth taking at all. But you'll sometimes also spawn a bit of weed, which is a bit better than cash. But you wanna mainly be targeting coke, really, if you can. So, what I tend to do sometimes is just take a photo of the loot. That way you can just mark it on the map, or memorize it. It is totally up to you. Both options work absolutely fine. So once you've seen what's in there, and bear in mind, if you've got 2 piles of coke in there, then you can just then skip this next bit and just head straight to the communications tower. So 2 piles of coke is really all that you need, really. It's the only secondary loot that you really need. So once you do that, take a look there. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get any coke here, so we're going to then come out of there, take this bike, and you're going to want to take this exact route to the communications tower. So you want to head off-road as much as possible, because if you stay on road, then guards do patrolling cars, you'll have guards walking down, and also there's some security cameras as well. So head off-road as much as possible. The biggest problem you will have on this are the trees. They are the amount of trees I've hit on this bike and gone absolutely flying is just ridiculous. So when you get to, you'll see like a little container here. You can, what I tend to do actually sometimes, you can, if you're actually going flat out, you can actually jump the cliff and actually make it past undetected. But just for the sake of the video, I'm going to go through the correct way of doing it. So once that guard in the tower is facing away from you, you can move forward to this sort of tree, these sort of bushes, or whatever you want to call them. That will then stay out of sight. You'll need That's it. So you got the guard in the tower, he's looking away. There's a guard that walks up and down this road here. You want to make sure that he's walking away from you before you move forward to this bit. And there's a guard in the tower on the right hand side here. So as soon as he's facing away from you, and you want to sort of time it really so that he turns around immediately. So he's facing towards you, turns around immediately, and then you want to then get to the communications tower as fast as you can. So you want to watch out for any sort of cars patrolling up and down this road, because there was one just down that road there. I managed to just avoid him. So once you've done that, once you've actually made it to the tower, you will have to actually search for the box. Sometimes it's on the ground, and then sometimes you'll have to head up this tower, which in this case it was actually right at the very top. So walk up to the signal box, and you'll just have this very simple-ish hack to do. The best way to do it is start at the top. You basically want to match this number to the one in red. So I tend to, obviously 9 there, I match it up for the highest amount, sorry, for the highest number possible, and then you then just have to add the other two numbers up. It's basically algebra, to be honest with you, but I will admit I wasn't very good at maths at school, so I can't really remember much of it, but but either way, once you've done that, you want to launch the Sightseer app on your phone, scroll right through to basement, and was actually quite lucky here. We actually got Pink Diamond, which is actually one of the best primary loots that you can get. So once you've done that, you can be lucky enough sometimes to get a painting in the office, which is actually the which, if you can't target coke on like, so the main dock or the hangar or anything like that, then you can get a painting. That's absolutely fine. So once you've done that, unless you've already got 2 piles of coke, you can just jump off and commit suicide, or just get yourself caught by a guard and you'll fast travel back to the airstrip. Now at this moment, if not, just jump off the top of the tower, which is what I did there, and parachute down to the main dock. Just basically look, see if you can get any coke there. I sometimes, as I say, I've just taken a few photos there. We've got majority weed on this one. So just take, as I said before, just take photos or just memorise the locations. And then once you've done that, once you've scoped out these 2 locations that I've just shown you here, then you can basically just get caught by a guard. And as I say, you will then fast travel back to the airport. You'll just get this little cutscene to watch. And it just saves you having to travel all the way back to the airstrip. And then, trying to dodge all with the guards and all that. So, all in all, guys, very quick, very simple. People still struggle with this. People take a long time to actually scope the island out. You don't need to take that long. It should take you less than 10 minutes. But once you've got this out of the way, guys, then the process will speed up dramatically. So, pretty simple, pretty quick. So, once you have gone through this cutscene here, and then you want to then spawn your Sparrow, and then you're going to want to head back to the submarine. So what I tend to do at the start of the mission is to actually send my submarine away, go into the interaction menu, go to services, go to Kosatka, return options, and return Kosatka to storage. And then what you can do here is spawn your Sparrow, and then once you start flying, then you can spawn your submarine from there. So after you've respawned your sub and flown all the way back to it, you're going to want to launch the next prep mission, which is going to be approach vehicles. And the easiest and the best approach vehicle to use is going to be the longfin approach. So what I like to do is you'll get a police station that you have to fly out to. If you own the Phantom Wedge, this bit's actually quite straightforward. You can just basically exit your Sparrow once you've flown out to a location and just spawn your Phantom Wedge. If not, you'll have to go and find a vehicle and then drive it all the way back. It's absolutely fine, it just takes a little bit longer, that's all. So once you have a vehicle where you can tow this trailer away, just reverse up to it and tow it away. Now, the best way to lose the cops at this point, you will get a wanted level. The best way is to head to the docks. Okay, so this is by far the easiest way you're going to lose the cops. I sometimes like to go to the train tunnel, but sometimes it can go a little bit wrong. So if you're inexperienced at that, then it can go a little bit wrong. Sometimes I'll go all the way down to the docks. In this instance, we actually managed to lose the cops before getting there. So Once you've shaken them off, then head to the location on your map, the yellow dot, and make your delivery. It's honestly, this is very, very straightforward, guys. So once that's all taken care of, spawn your Sparrow, fly back to your submarine, and then let's focus now on the next prep mission. Now, all the equipment ones, I highly recommend that you avoid the demolition charges. You do not need to do that. The mission is terrible. It's quite long-winded. It's not really worth doing, guys, so avoid that, even though it does tell you to do it. So we're going to do the plasma cutter next. Now, this is the mission you do whenever you have one of your targets in the glass safe. Okay, so we'll focus on this first. There's another type of mission that you may need to do, which we'll focus on a little bit later on. So there's a point that you're going to have to fly out to. Basically, this is a location to a robbery which has taken place. Basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going and stealing this plasma cutter off them. So you'll have to fly out to this sort of office. There's a board which you'll have to take a photo of, send it to Pavel. He'll then basically give you the location of where this robbery is taking place. So basically take a picture of that, send it to Pavel as I was saying, head back out again, jump back into your Sparrow, and then just fly out to the dot on your map. So once you got to that location, there'll be some NPCs to take out. You'll get some NPCs also spawn on the ground. They'll be driving along in cars, so you'll have to watch out for them. They're just going to constantly spawn. So take out the ones that you can, land your Sparrow as close as you can, and then as I say, you'll probably have a few other guys to take out. Try and avoid these NPCs if you can. However, if they are in your way, then you will have to get your guns out and start fighting. So the plasma cutter is always going to be a little bag with a green arrow flashing above it. So there'll be some more NPCs when you get back to your Sparrow. As I say, you might be alright. If they're not in your way, just jump in your Sparrow and go. You might have to spam some snacks at this point, because you might lose a little bit of health. So try not to worry about them too much, and then just get in your Sparrow and then get back to your submarine as quickly as possible. As I mentioned at the start of that mission, there is also another type of these missions that you might get, and that is going to be the safeguard mission. Now, you'll have to do this one if you have, like bearer bonds for instance. This is a target which is going to be in the safe, which is in the basement. Okay, so quite a simple one. All you're going to have to do is you're going to have to fly out to the Diamond Casino. Okay, now when you get near, just jump out. There's not really much point in landing it, because I'll explain why in a minute. So just parachute down. I actually messed up at this bit. I actually kind of just went round in a bit of a circle. I kind of jumped out in the wrong place. But not to worry. So go inside. Depending on if you have the penthouse or not. If you have a penthouse, you can just go in the elevator straight up to penthouse level. If not, there's another little mission that you're going to have to do. Basically, you're going to have to find Tom Connor's car and get the pass to the hotel lobby. So now you'll sometimes have to find the penthouse. If you're lucky enough, it was only around the corner on this one. Use a silenced weapon if you can. There's 2 guards in front of the door. Take them out silently if you can. Only reason being is that you're going to get caught anyway. You're going to get captured. But if you take these 2 guards out silently on the door, it just sort of delays that. Now, you're basically looking for the head of security. You get a text from Pavel to know what he looks like as well. And when you get near him, he does spawn straight in front of you. It does tell you who he is, basically. So starting there is sometimes in that bedroom there. You're going to then want to come into the master bedroom. It'll sometimes be in there. At this point, guards are going to start shooting at you. So take out any guards that are in your way, and then another one there. And then you're going to want to then head back into sort of like the main sort of like penthouse lobby. Another 2 guards here. Basically, to be honest with you, they do sort of just spawn at random locations. And there we go. There's head of security. That's what it looks like. He's also sometimes in the bar area as well, which is a little bit further down. So here's the thing. Many people actually try and get out of the casino once you've actually found the head of security and got the safe code. You don't actually need to do that. This is something I discovered a while ago, is that after you have found the safe code, basically just get yourself killed. You will then, I don't know whether this is just a glitch. I don't know whether this is a glitch that is yet to be patched by Rockstar. Basically, you will complete the mission automatically, and you will you will spawn, not the casino, you will spawn just outside Noose headquarters. As I say, I'm not too sure if that's supposed to happen or not. Probably not. It's probably something that Rockstar haven't patched yet, and they might do eventually, and you never know. But as soon as you've done that, just jump over that, just jump onto that sort of like container. You're going to want to then jump over the fence, spawn your Sparrow, and then head back to your submarine and launch the next mission. And the next mission in question is probably the easiest prep mission for the Cayo Perico Heist, which is going to be the Fingerprint cloner. Now, very, very straightforward. All you have to do is you'll get out of your submarine with your Sparrow. You'll get a location on your map which you'll have to fly out to, basically a warehouse. Basically, just land on the ground next to this warehouse. It will basically tell you to take a couple of cameras out, which you don't really need to do on this. You're going to get captured anyway. I know Pavel always says, oh yes, you have element of surprise and all of that, but basically on this one, just run straight in, take cover behind this crate here. You will have 4 guards to take out inside. That is it. 4 very straightforward kills. Sometimes you might lose a little bit of health, so you might just need to use some snacks to get your health level up. So take them out, then you'll have to go to this laptop, which is right at the other end of the warehouse. Very straightforward. All you have to do is match the red letters up. So just keep pressing X on your controller, and then this will then basically reveal the location of the archive, which is where the Fingerprint cloner is. So head straight out. You'll get then instructions from Pavel to then head to the archive. It's, as I say, it's on your map, so just head there. You'll get some other cameras as well, which you will have to take out. I do recommend doing it on this one, to be honest with you. I know on the warehouse you don't really have to take the cameras out, but I do recommend that you do on this one. This is actually quite a common location for the archive. It does sort of vary, I think, in 3 different locations. So 2 cameras there, take them out. You'll then spawn inside. You won't get any NPCs to take out on this one. You basically head all the way to the end, and on the left hand side, it's either 1 or 3 desks. So there it is, we found it right there. Sometimes it's on these 2 desks as well, so I always like to just do a bit of a circle right at the very end, and then head straight out, run to the yellow marker like so, and then run back to your Sparrow and back to the submarine. Very, very straightforward. So at this stage then, you've only got 2 prep missions left to go, which is cutting torch and weapons. I'll try and get through them as quickly as possible, guys, because this video is already getting quite long. So basically, for the cutting torch, you'll have either 1 of 3 locations to go to. It's basically going to be a construction site of some kind. I see people time and time again, they try and disguise themselves with hard hats, you know, to try and find it. Waste a lot of time, guys. What I like to do is basically just try and take the NPCs out with the missiles on the Sparrow. Okay, so once that's all taken care of, this is probably the worst one because some of the guards actually go out onto the street as well. You'll have to search a few toolboxes. It's going to be one of these grey toolboxes. You sometimes either find the cutting torch straight away, but either way, you're looking for like a blue sort of torch, which is what you just saw there. So once you found it, just simply jump back in your Sparrow and head back to the submarine and launch the last mission. Sometimes the cutting torch spawns straight away. Sometimes you have to sort of search around a little bit. But all in all, really quick, really easy. Now, the final mission you're going to have to do is weapons. Now, no matter what weapons you go for, I highly recommend buying these suppressors. You are going to need them, okay? So there's 1 of 2 types of weapon missions that you're going to get. We'll focus on the office mission first, and then we will then talk about the Merryweather mission. Now, the office mission is by far the easiest mission of the 2. I always try and get this mission when I possibly can. Now, you're just going to have to go out to an office block, exit there, and go inside via the roof. You can go in via the ground, however, there's going to be more guards to take out, and they're already going to be alerted by the time you get up the elevator. Okay, so you'll see a guard there. There's normally 2 guards which you can take out there on the top. However, try and take as many out of there, and then come and take cover behind this wall, and then there will be 4 guards to sort of take out. As I say, whilst you're taking cover, all pretty straightforward. When you move forward, you'll have some more to take out. Some of you might have already taken out at the entrance, but once you've taken care of all them, there will be 1 more in that sort of room there. There's not really much point in taking him out. He's not really going to do anything. Go to the gun locker. is the gun locker is basically going to be locked, and then you've got to do this hack, which will then basically unlock it. Now, it's a very easy hack. You'll probably remember it from like VIP work and stuff like that. But good trick to this is that you only need to remember the first two numbers, so 9832, and then all you have to do is then find them numbers, and then the rest of them will fall into place. So once you've done that, very, very easy hack to do. Then go in, press the right button on the D-pad. You'll then steal your weapons and then head back outside. Always remember, guys, you must always remember to exit back to the roof, otherwise it will get very messy if you press the wrong button. I know, I've experienced it for myself. It's a pain, okay? So at this point, you're going to get 2 choppers come after you. Don't worry about them. You don't need to fire any rockets or anything at them. Just get straight back in your sparrow. Sorry. You might need to spawn some snacks. Just to get your health up a little bit, because you might lose some. So just get back in your sparrow, back to the submarine, and then at this point you can start the heist. However, I'm going to talk you through the Merryweather mission next. This is the other weapons mission that you might get. This is a little bit more of a pain, not because it's really any difficult, but it's just very complicated. You have to basically follow this chopper to a location, and the chopper doesn't move very quick, which you will understand why in a minute. If you don't want to do this mission, if you're not happy doing it, you can, if you have the missile feature on your submarine, you can basically go and fire a guided missile. You can actually fire it at this chopper before it actually takes off. You will then fail the mission straight away, and then you can then spawn hopefully then restart the mission straight away, and then get to the office mission. If you're alright doing it, then just follow this step-by-step guide here. You'll basically have to follow this chopper to a location. Basically, you do not fire missiles at it until you get to the location and the enemies have started spawning. Basically, the reason being, if you do that, you will fail the mission. I've had it happen many times before. However, as the chopper spawns, you want to actually send your submarine back to storage, because it is quite a long way. You sometimes have to go as far as Grapeseed. So you'll spawn a load of enemies on the ground, take them out. You'll get this Avenger. This is where the weapons are going to be stored. You don't need the Avenger can actually withstand a hell of a lot of weapons, so you don't really need to worry about blowing that up. You'll again get 2 guards once you're inside. Basically headshot him, and then come round and then headshot him as well. You can sometimes actually take them out before they actually start shooting you, which is, I don't think it's supposed to happen, but, you know, it's just another one of Rockstar's famous glitches, as always. So, your weapons are always going to be there. At this point, the Avenger is actually going to take off. So, go back all the way down. You're going to go to the left, actually grab a parachute, because you're going to need to parachute down. So, just parachute back down to your sparrow, because your sparrow is still going to be on the ground. At this point, you are going to get some more enemy NPCs on the ground, which will then spawn in cars. They're going to come after you. Try to ignore them. If they do get quite close to you, then by all means, then do take them out before getting in your sparrow. But most of the time, you're not going to need to worry about them. At this point, as soon as you've taken off in your sparrow, sort of head towards water. You're going to want to request your Kosatka, and then there we go. Then take them back to the submarine, and then all good to go. So once you've done all of that, we can now start the heist finale. So you don't need to do any of the additional destruction preps or anything like that. Just do the missions that I've just shown you, and then launch the heist from the planning screen. Okay, so purchase heavy armor if you want to, although we're not necessarily going to need it, because we're going to be doing the heist stealth. The only reason you might need it is because sometimes if you do accidentally alert a guard near towards the end of the heist, then you might just want to say sod it and just go for it, and just instead of restarting it, just try and get out the best you can, basically. So the infiltration point is always going to be the main dock. Of course, we're using the Longfin. Compound entry point is going to be the drainage tunnel. That is the easiest way. Escape point, I've selected airstrip, but we're not going to exit by the airstrip. You can just use that point as a guide, basically. I always do daytime. Personally, do nighttime if you want. It's just personal preference. Some people like day, some people like night. Okay, so once you've done that, all of that, and then launch the heist. So good to go. So I'm basically going to go around every single point where you can grab your secondary loot. You don't necessarily have to go. You're not basically going to be going to every single one of these locations. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go around all just so I can show you the easiest way to do it. So, say if you've got 2 piles of coke in the main dock, you're going to want to park your boat around about here. Jump out. Now this is the point. This is the good thing about the longfin approach, is that there's certain guards on the main dock that you're not going to get alerted if you run straight past them, but as long as you don't have a weapon drawn out, basically. So basically, the ones with the white dots, you'll be absolutely fine. Now, this guard here, this is the first guard you're going to want to take out. He sometimes just like walks up and down. So, wait for him to turn around, take him out, and then you're going to want to come around to this barn here. There's a camera up there. Take that down, just so that it doesn't spot you. Now, here's the thing as well. You do get guards patrolling in cars as well. So, you are probably best to take one of them out, just so that it just eliminates that risk. So, we've got 1 pile of loot here. We, unfortunately, didn't get any coke for the heist here. So, we are just going to target weed instead. So, 1 pile of loot there. And then, say if you didn't get any pile of loot in there, or you want additional loot after you've been to this place, come out of here and sort of go behind these sort of trees here, and you're going to want to take this guard out, because if you walk straight past him, you will alert the guards and that will set the alarm off. So take him out, nice easy kill there. And then you should be good then to just run straight down. There's a guard on your right hand side, but just ignore them, they'll be absolutely fine there, you just stay in one place. So we have another 2 piles of weed in here. So press the right button on the D-pad. Keep pressing X if you're on PS4. Wait till you got all of the loot. And then at this point your bag is going to be full. Now at this point, as soon as your loot bag is full, then you can make your way to the compound and go for the primary target. But just for the sake of the video, guys, I'm going to show you the airstrip as well. So you're going to want to run back to your boat. Make sure that you've not got your weapon drawn, just so that you don't alert any of the guards with the white cone of vision. So jump back in your boat. I'm going to mark on the map here. Just mark this location on your map if you're not too sure where to go. So then make your way to the airstrip. Basically, the airstrip is you want to basically go to the airstrip first if you've only got if you got 2 piles of coke in the airstrip, and don't bother going to the main dock. Just head to the airstrip. This is basically going to be the easiest location because you've only got 3 guards you want to take out, and they're quite easy kills as well, to be fair. So the first place you're going to want to look is the hangar. So 1 guard there, take him out, don't worry about any of the others, just run straight into this hangar. Your first location is going to be here. So we actually had 2 piles of weed in there. But if you've got 2 piles of coke in there, which I sometimes do, perfect. Now, there's sometimes some loot on top. Now, to get over there, the only way is to use this forklift, pick this crate up here. And then you're going to want to rest it against sort of like this fence here. So do that like so. Jump off. You're going to then want to jump onto the roof. Then jump onto the crate and then jump over that way. This is pretty much the only way you're going to get loot up here. We didn't actually get any loot on this one. I'm just coming by just to show you the location. So say if you've got 2 piles of loot in here, and you want to get some more, or say if you've not got any loot in the hangar, and you're gonna want to come to this barn here. Now there's two guards there. Sometimes if you play it right, you can take them both out in a wanna. If not, just take them out very quickly. There's a guard on top of that balcony there. Just take him out. And then there's a security camera around here, which you're going to want to take out quickly. Okay, so you're going to want to take that out quickly because it does pan round, and if it gets a location of a dead guard, then that is going to alert the guards and set the alarm off. So I'm not gonna go in there just for the sake of the video, but normally you would get some loot in there. So once you've got all the loot possible, as I say, as soon as your loot bag is full, whether you come to the main dock first or the airstrip, as soon as your loot bag is full, then make your way back to the boat and then head to the compound. And of course, the easiest way into the compound, it's known by now that the easiest way in is via the drainage tunnel. So once again, mark a point on your map if you're not too sure where to go. And then you're going to want to leave your long fin around here. Press the left button, press the left arrow key. And then basically that will basically equip your rebreather. So just swim down. You'll have to use your cutting torch at this point to cut your way through the gate. Basically, I like the most effective way is to pan left to right until on the green eyed bits. Sorry, until and just keep doing that all the way around until it is open. So once you've done that, swim through, and then you're going to want to go left as soon as you go in. So you're going to want to head up these stairs. There's this guard here. Sometimes he has a key card. We don't need a key card, but if you like to save another player, then that's a possible location of a key card. So nice easy kill there. This guard here, wait for him to come down, and then take him out. And now there's a guard up there. The easiest way really is to go right, come all the way around here. And then you're going to want to jump around here, and then you want to try and take him out before he walks back up the other way again. So there we go, marked him out, take him out. There's a camera there which you're going to want to take down quickly. And then basically the main guards you want to take out of basically any guards that's in your way. You don't need. I see people time and time again. They try and take out every single guard in the compound. You don't need to do that. Basically, the ones I recommend you take out. Any guards that are in your way, and you're going to want to try and take the Juggernaut out. Now, if you don't take the Juggernaut out, it's no big deal, but he is your biggest risk in there, so you're going to want to try and take him down as soon as you possibly can. And then these guards with the red cone of vision, they are very likely guards which are going to have the gate key. Now, once again, if you don't get the gate key, it's not essential. It just makes life a little bit more difficult, but it's not impossible. So I like to knock this guard out or take him out if he's watching by the balcony. Once again, knock this guard out, come around here. And then you're going to want to, these are basically the steps up to El Rubio's office. So go up 3 flights of stairs and then wait at this point. And simply knock him out. We've already got the gate key at this point, so that's good. So say if you get the gate key, you can just come upstairs and go to the safe. Always check the secret safe. You'll spawn between a 50 and 100 grand in there. So this is the safe which you always want to check. There's a keypad there. If you don't get a gate key at this point, just do the hack via the keypad in El Rubio's office. If you haven't got the gate key, your best bet is to basically say if you're taking the Juggernaut out already and there's no guards around, you can just jump off that balcony basically, and you can basically go in via the underground entrance. You can go in the vault that way basically. So now the good point of doing that is it because there is a lot less hacking to do. On this one we only have 2 hacks to do, whereas if you are in the office, if you do the hack from there, you will have 4 hacks to do. So now I will explain. I have actually done a video on the hack. It's by far my most popular video, guys. So do go and check it out. I'll link it in the end of this video also. So once you've done that, head inside and make your way to the glass safe. The game will basically tell you where to go anyway. So you're going to need to use your cutting torch to burn through the lock. And then you're going to need your plasma cutter to cut through the glass. So the easiest way, obviously press the right button. You're going to need to hold R2 down. Basically, the way I like to do it is you'll have a heat bar. Just hold R2 down till it goes up all the way and then release it. Just keep doing that until you get into the glass safe. I did actually cut a little bit of that out just to try and keep the video as short as possible. So once you've got the pink diamond, we have pink diamond on this case, you might have bearer bonds or tequila or necklace or whatever. Your target's going to be different every single time, okay? So once you've got the main target, make your way out of the compound, jump over there. There is a guard here which you're going to want to take out. There's also sometimes a guard which walks up and down, so if he's in your way, you can just wait for him to leave or take him out. It's entirely up to you. I like to just wait for him to walk past personally. But so you'll have this little cutscene to watch of getting out of the compound. So once you've done that, you've watched that cutscene, you're now out of the compound, all you have to do is escape, okay? So what I like to do, easiest way, is to take this guard out here, just knock him out, just go up to him, knock him out, take his motorcycle, and then basically there's a guard up there which you're going to want to avoid, so just head left and head to the cliff, and basically all we're going to do is we're just going to, you can sometimes get a boat if you want to. Me personally, I like to just swim it. If you get to this location here and you follow the exact route which I'm doing here, you can swim away, and it basically won't take you long until you get the cutscene. So this bit's nice and easy, just keep swimming, and then eventually you will see the cutscene, and then you will have ended the heist. So there we go, job done. Didn't take a lot of time and very straightforward. Normally guys, it would not take me this long to do this heist. However, just for the sake of the video, I was going around every single location possible just to sort of show you every location where you can get the secondary loot. So there we go, we're past that heist. It says potential take 4.5 million. There is absolutely no way you're going to take that solo. Absolutely no way. So we managed 1,681,000 in the end. We would normally get elite challenge with that as well if you complete it under 15 minutes. But unfortunately, just for the sake of the video, I was taking a little bit longer to just sort of explain and just go into as much detail as possible. So there we have it. Heist completed. You can do this in about an hour or less. Okay, so it doesn't need to take you any more than an hour to complete this heist from start to finish. This is from gather intel to the heist finale. So guys, we are now finally coming to the end of this video. If you did make it this far guys, then thank you very much. I was not intending to make it as long as this. This has actually been one of them more difficult videos to record just because I'm just been trying to get all the footage and that. So this, I'm not going to lie, this video has actually probably taken me over a week to actually record and edit and all that. So guys, if you actually enjoyed it, then a thumbs up will be muchly appreciated, and consider subscribing to see more like this. And of course, do not forget to hit that bell icon so you turn all notifications on. So thank you all very much for watching. Stay safe out there, and I will see you all on the next video.